So 2 for 2 trade. But, of course, the big kills go in the way of Eclipse. Finally finding the Chaos Knight, who's been so damn annoying for this mid-game, and getting the Zeus when he has that Bloodstone is huge here. And I mean, honestly, that's exactly what they need to do. Even though they come out even on the kills, it's worthwhile in every way what they just done there. So I think the only real concern is that they had to use a 10-second BKB, but they forced a 10-second BKB on Brewmaster as well, who of course did rush towards that after having issues with the Skywrath silencers. And I still don't know. I feel like Jintoki is making a big mistake here going towards that heart first. You gotta remember that if you get caught in the Elder Titan ult, that's max HP. That doesn't change. Earthsplit will do a 50% share of your max HP. So if you got a heart, you're still going to lose just as much health as you would without the heart. I think it's better off getting the BKB just to save from all those issues. Of course, the Chrono is still scary, but at least you can then actually plow into the enemy team without having to worry about being stunned up. Now, well, talking of BKBs, Tiny heading for his as well. Respectfully that he needs it because, of course, he can take a lot of damage in these fights. He has status resistance, but status resistance isn't magic resistance, and Zeus knows this all too well. Speaking of Zeus, actually getting pretty close to the Aghanim Scepter now. That's a big boy toy for him. Of course, this will allow him to be present in the fights. And of course, you can just slap that down in the middle of a Chrono AoE just to interrupt Mini. Of course, I'd expect Mini to be likely to use the BKBs in these Chronos now anyway, just to ensure he can actually do the maximum damage while they're trapped. Gotta blade it up. Mini moving forward here. Tinker decides not to actually TP, and there's a Chrono on the Brewmaster here. Straight away with the ult. The Cold Embrace going to keep him alive for the time being. He might have to BKB. No, they're going to back off. They don't want to go in, but there's the Witness Curse holding Mini in place. He has got the Time Warp though. Should be safe. They'll move away easily enough. So Witness Curse on cooldown. Oh, there's the jump in straight away by Jintoki. But nice invis by Tiny. BKBs by Void. Needs a bash. If he gets on Jintoki's in a lot of trouble. There it is. Starts to bash out. Needs to be careful. Lunite confirmed by Tinker. And now Polaris. He'll go for the split on the back foot. Split has been thrown. But can they do enough damage with the Tinker to keep the rest of the side of Rock away? Oh, nice invis to dodge out the Walrus punch from YP there. And they do throw out a lot of mana from Zeus, but straight away back in. Looks like you went a little bit deep on you there, Mini. You need to move away from this quickly. Shadow does chase through and gets through the tusk, but there's the ultimate from Zeus. They're going to chase forward. Tinker finding the Zeus as well as the Shadow. Tiny just eliminated him. Double kill for Tiny there as they get 3 kills and they give no one. And nicely done from Eclipse. They're starting to come online. They're starting to realize they can actually take these fights. BKB's being so big and so screwing over Rock right now because they're so reliant still on Zeus's output of damage. I mean, we saw it right there. That was, despite not having the Chrono, it looked like a perfect initiation for it for the side of Rock, right? Especially with Jintoki going in the way he did. The problem, Jintoki rather, the problem they actually had here though is no detection. They got, despite having a Zeus, they got screwed over by detection multiple times, right? So you saw the attempted stun by Jintoki, but Tiny went invis just in time. Then you saw the attempted stun by Tusk, and that missed as well because Faceless Void went invis. So I think there might be a gem likely to come soon for Rock Gaming, possibly about to learn from their mistakes. Perhaps on the Brewmaster, I'd say. I mean, you kind of don't want to have to, though, right? Because you've got Zeus. You shouldn't have to have that. Dust should be enough, but... Well, Dust wasn't enough there. That's as much as definitely for sure. Actually, Mini is going to go for Lincoln's next, interestingly enough. That's... Excuse me, sorry about that. That's surprising here. I guess worried about the Witness Curse. They've got a decent amount of control to set up for keeping him stunned. So, in that regard, I understand where they're coming from. But Meteor down to 8 Bloodstone charges now. It's painful. I mean, I was said about it being bold that he rushed the Bloodstone. It was looking like it was going to pay off, but out of nowhere, Eclipse waking up. Oh, Chrono straight away on the Hitagi, no hesitation. I love to eat dragon in the morning. And actually, he walks straight into the Zeus. Oh, we'll go for the TP out with a BKB. We'll manage to do it. Interesting that he didn't just make for the tree line and escape, though. But Getting ever so close to that Linkers now. Tiny has actually gone and picked up a heart. So, playing Chaos Knight his own game here. Chaos Knight still has more health though, but that's with the armor on. Otherwise, Shadow does win. Shadow wins. Oh no, blinking the tree line. Ghost gets found out by Polaris, and now he needs to escape. BKB's up to move out of the Zeus ult. And that Nimbus will not claim Ghost tonight. Moving forward on Polaris though. Makes space for Shadow to push in on this tower. Should be able to club that out before leaving, but they're paranoid because they know Gintoki's around. And of course, they've got every reason to be. He has got the level 3 ultimate now. He's almost at level 20. I imagine he's going to go for the Reality Rift piercing spell immunity because, of course, while gold is nice, the amount of BKBs coming out now and how much they're screwing you over, you need every small advantage you can get over the BKBs. After that, I have to wonder if he'll go for the stun duration or the Reality Rift armor reduction. Reality Rift armor reduction a lot more reliable than Tinker. He gets caught out in the top lane. Zeus finds his kill very quickly with the Thunder God's Wrath, followed by the Nimbus. And Tinker starting to have a very hard game here, as the Nimbus is always there to screw him over. And I have to say, although it's questionable whether going and rushing the Bloodstone is a good idea, the Axe was perfectly valid for Zeus. Nimbus is quite a good item anyway, currently, but of course, up against the Tinker, as soon as you see where the March of Machines is, you're going to hit it up. So, Ghost really needs to be on the mark with blinking forward constantly. But they are trying to melt through Roche here. The problem is, with the Elder Titan Illusion being out, it's hard to actually do this. You see Polaris just have a little nap for the time being. But Sepp, he can send it out again in a moment, and well, he might want to actually do it very quickly. There it is, sending it in right now. Oh, Gintoki will get slept in place. Actually not doing the split up though. This is problematic. If you want to go, it has to be now, because they're going to finish this in a second. Gintoki's almost done with it. Oh, but no, they jump straight on the Void. They force him back. And it looks like they will finally claim the Aegis. It took a little while longer. Oh, Chrono goes out, but Gintoki already picked up the Aegis. And Mini, he makes a big mistake committing it. Now he has to get out, but there's the Witness Curse controlling him up. BKB coming to an end. The 3-second stun. Mini, he makes a big mistake. He pays with his life. Rock, they're on the roll, looking for more. Polaris moving forward. He does have the split available, but not using it at the moment. They do detect Shadow with the use of the Zeus ult, but no one close enough to capitalize, and they will just back away on the side of Eclipse. So 1-for-1 trade as they do manage to pick off the Tusk in the end. But the bigger concern here is that your Void is dead, his Chrono is on cooldown, and Rock, they're about to knock on your tier 2 mid. And this is the real concern, right? Not only have you now got the Aegis on Rock, the fact is you've still got a 1k net worth lead, despite the fact that you haven't taken that many towers. It looks like the side of Eclipse maybe intend to keep that way. They are moving the Tinker out right now. And Rock pushing towards the top. No one's showing there, though. Also, like Skyrim has picked up a Ghost Scepter. I'm not sure if I say it benefits you. You don't really have much health to deal with a Zeus now. But Tiny, well, he will try and claim the bot tower. Just not really able to do a good job of it. Especially the Nimbus forcing him away. Actually needs the creep wave. But the good news is, Tinker's going to be happy about that for like 20 seconds now. He's safe to split push without having to worry about being struck by Nimbus in the tree line. Well, Gintoki, Aegis, Heart, heading for an MKB next, and that's going to hurt. MKB a very powerful item currently. People don't really give enough credit to just how much attack speed and the chance to proc extra damage. Polaris also hitting pretty hard actually by the looks of from how hard he was hitting the tower. Only it's up for 158, but feels much tougher the way he was hitting that up. And actually is going to be going towards... Yeah, he's just going for the Ultra Recall, which is a typical pickup, especially once you get to the 65-second cooldown reduction on Primal Split. You're pretty much always up and out the ready. And you almost are always up. I think it's like about 10 seconds difference when you got the Ultra Rain anyway. But DD found by Gintoki. This might be the opportunity to actually move towards those towers and push in harder. Because they just already claimed the top tier 2. They should be going after the mid tier 2 now. And well, at the moment, Hyder's actually going to keep the bot lane pushed in and force Zeus back to deal with that. Rock, I mean, they're just being very patient here. They know they don't have to rush. They know they have the tempo working in their favor right now. The problem is, I don't know how long you can afford this don't rush attitude. Like I said, Void, when you get late game, it's probably one of the most scary heroes altogether. Especially if you've got melees in your lineup, which they do on the side of Rock. But I'm trying to think where Chaos Knight's like to go after he gets hands on MKB. I mean, maybe you switch the arm out for something else. I don't think you do though. I think you just go get the boots of travel and you're ready to rock 6 slotted. That's for Tinker. No, he's completely skipping the Kaya this game, which is really, really unexpected. But Fielder needs to actually get involved in these fights for more disabled, so he will be going for the sheep stick, which he pretty much has now, but will likely save for buyback at this stage as he's level 23. If he dies, he's down for a long time. With the top tier 2 gone, they now are going to start feeling the exposure. But Chrono in the bot lane, Brew again. They hate this guy so much. The split up just confirmed it. Now in Tagi, he tries to go for the ultimate, but nice BKB by Mini. Tagi can buy himself in time with Yules. They have to move away because Jintoki is there. But they get a clean kill and everyone gets out successfully. And that's what Eclipse has been looking for a while. Getting Brewmaster dead for the 60 seconds should also put an end to any easy push that could come out of Rock while they have their hands on the Aegis, which is due to be reclaimed really soon. Well, at the same time, you did commit Split Earth, which does bring in a whole new thought of, well, I'll push in because you don't have access to the most threatening spell to me. At least that's how I imagine Jintoki sees it now. Speaking of Jintoki, he does actually now have that MKB at the ready. Now moving in right now on the spot. Toki going forward. Oh, with his curse use on the Tinker. Oh, they try and get him a nice force stuff away. They will get his hands on it in the end, but BKB'd up and Glimmer caped as well. Ghost should be safe. No, the Dust Revelation. Ghost in a lot of trouble now. He can't blink away in time. A nice sleep from Set, but way too late to actually help out his team. They do actually pick up Wyvern on the back foot, and there's a refresher by Meteor. Does actually get his hands on another kill as they find the Void for 80 seconds. Buyback on the Tinker. He wants to get involved very quickly. They need to be in there, but Tusk snowballs in towards Ghost, but he's forcing him far away. The problem is Tiny's nowhere nearby still. He's on his way in, but I don't know if he'll be able to get on this by the time he arrives. I mean, they're not going to hang around long enough for Tinker to do his damage. They force a buyback on Tinker. They get a kill on Void, and they trade for nothing. Rock up to a 5k net worth lead off the back of that. Of course, the Aegis did get reclaimed in Shadow. Well, he'll club straight on the Tusk, kill him off instantly. Now Polaris next on the hit list, but there's the stun on the Shadow. He doesn't have a BKB, remember. He's going to have to run away really quickly. There's a split up coming in. Shadow taking a lot of damage. Nice sleep to control there. It's going to get Glimmer caped up. That's not going to stop Zeus from going to work on you. Shadow is going to die off here. Killing spree for Meteor. And they stun through on the Elder Titan. They're not done just yet. They want more. Set being chased onto here. He hasn't got the support of even Tinker, who doesn't want a part. It's just hanging in the fountain. We'll let Sep die as well. And the soul come out from Skywrath, but it's not really going to do much. They'll just walk back, take the tier 2, and then probably look towards your racks. And honestly, you'll have the Void ready with the Chrono, which will stop them for the moment from pressing in, but Eclipse have to know one more fight like that and they're going to lose a lane. There's no doubt about it. If you lose even one of your cores, Rock are probably feeling that they can just push in at that stage, because up to a 9k net worth lead down, and this is growing. This is not going to stop. They know that Tinker won't have buyback for the next few minutes. Void is probably too busy buying items to actually save for the buyback. Well, no, actually, no. He's keeping buyback at the moment. But he might choose to just jump onto the Lincoln Sphere instead as his thing. Well, after Lincoln's, I wonder where he's going to go here. I think you need to tank up more is the issue. Maybe, I don't know about an AC, because I don't think your issue is much physical damage. It is what the magical damage does to you. Because, of course, those BKBs, I mean, his is down to 5 seconds now. He's already used up all the longer charges. Pick it down to 7 seconds, and, well, Tiny hasn't picked on up yet. It's planned to do so next, as he learnt there. The magic damage hurt him a hell ton. You might have a heart, but the heart counts to diddly squat when you're just being melted by a Zeus and by a Wyvern as well. And that's the thing, this is just a funny game for hearts, right? You've got a hero on each side that's building hearts, despite the fact their opponents have decent ways of burning through your HP. Of course, you've got Zeus with his passive. You've got the Arctic Burn, which does a percentage of health as well. And then also, on the other side, Eclipse have access to the Elder Titan, which will take 50% of your health. 40% currently, but will be 50% when he has level 3 Earthsplitter. Now they're going to move in on the mid lane. Mini Ain't spot anyone out here. Chrono goes straight out on the Y with Hitagi. Some serious hate there. Polaris jumps straight in with a BKB. Looking to move on to Titan here. Won't get a chance to do so. There's the split going out finally. Mini still BKB'd up. They're going to work on Jintoki. Shadow trying to help out as well. They do blind onto Jintoki for the time being. Illuminati being confirmed by Ghost. He's just keeping it going from the high ground with Shadow. Gets pretty low. Gets zapped out by Zeus in the end. Now you need to be really careful. Mini taking a lot of damage. We'll be able to time walk away half of the damage he took in the end. But now the control factor, annoying control factor of Brew comes out. So much damage being done. Can Boyd live? No, he can't. As they get pulled in, they won't even need it. Triple kill for Meteor there. And now you're in trouble because they are pushing on this mid lane. They did use the ultimate, so they haven't got the Phantasm to make this quicker, but you're going to have to delay as much as you can. You have got a Tinker who's set up loads of much machines. He's already working on this. He's got to work very hard at it. The question is, will Rock push in? I mean, they could even look towards a different lane and push in. Toki could, for example, go top and hit up the tower there, but blinks in, goes to work straight away, has the heart, of course, so not too concerned unless someone actually bothers to hit him. And this is the work of Tinker. Got to get all those heat-seeking missiles out as quickly as possible, but you're losing the tower so damn quickly. The sleep won't hit onto Jintoki, and now you're going to lose your first tier 3 because you're still missing your cores here. Tinker the only one able to help out. BKB forced on Polaris, but Jintoki will be happy. He'll just get the tower. They can move away now, but well, Polaris going to max out for a little bit more damage before blinking out. And oh, there's your first tier 3 of the game. Rock knock one down. They knock one out, and now they'll go straight for the shrines. They're on a 14k net worth lead. They're going to bump up to about 16 after they take out the outer buildings, and then you can turn on Roche, and Eclipse will have no response to this. When the void is up, you have got Chrono, but he has to get there and get in good position for it. And as it stands right now, you don't even need many people in the pit. You can just send Chaos Knight in there, and then maybe just send the Tuscan. But I don't think you even need to send him. And you haven't got any medallion at all. Medallion or Sword Crest, so yeah, no. Jintoki could just do this on his own. Speaking of Jintoki, well, lingering around at the ready, wants to be doing something here. I think you have to go through Roche, but with the Void alive, it's just too much of a risk, I think. But if you can get an entrance skill, not too bad. And Elder Titan's going to be exactly that, as they spot him out with the dust and with the lightning bolt. Easy kill for him, killing spree for Jintoki. And now they'll look towards that Roche pit. But keep in mind that the side of Eclipse have to know what's going on, and they know they can't let this happen, because if they get their hands on the Roche, it's pretty much going to be push for base. Void thinking about going in. Actually looks like they're going to allow us to happen. Get a freebie. Oh, Void walking past the scan just in the right time, but Hitagi sees him, and there's the jump in. They've got the split already. Nice control of the Winter's Curse. Snowball at the ready as well. Stun him in place a lot here. Gonna hold him up with the Brewmaster, and there's the claiming of the Aegis. And now Jintoki here. Mini will escape for the time being, but no, YP at the ready way. It does cut him off as well. There's a BKB to do, and now Chronosphere forced out by Mini, but they cold embrace from Hitagi. Mini, he's in a panic. He's masking managed up. He's dead. 90 seconds on the sideline and no buyback. This is exactly what they were looking for. They can go straight for mid and push this in right now, because they've already got creeps hitting on it, of course. And Tiny just trying to keep the bottom pressed in to force them back. But the problem is you just lost the Skywrap as well, as they found him in the tree line. And of course, whilst losing Skywrap isn't the biggest deal, it is when you've already lost the Void. Now you have 2 people down. And Jintoki moving that mid lane, already having a DD and an Aegis on him, as well as the cheese. The Eclipse. Things are about to get very shaky for them. And actually, Jintoki says, I might go bot. He can't decide. He's question marking everywhere. He's not quite sure. But actually, Jintoki a little bit hesitant to move in here. I think you go for the bot. Oh, blink in. Goes straight to work. Still has the Phantasm, by the way. This is the big issue right now, is he hasn't even had to commit Phantasm. Well, there's the Brew split. He'll go to work straight away. The Yule's control factor onto the Tinko. BKB up instantly, but look at the Walrus Punch to drag in by Jintoki. They did use the Winter's Curse, but now, oh, the Earth Split comes in, always killing off Jintoki. They'll pop the Aegis, but they'll lose Tinker for it. Dead for 110 seconds. Void up for 15. Can you hold on long enough? Jintoki going to move back towards the racks and continue. And now, Shadow gets spotted out. He gets pulled in. Jintoki going to go work. The Avalanche toss around. Does a lot of damage. They kill off Tusk, but BKB up. Polaris is going to work. Has the Bruise Split again. Can they find this kill? Jintoki walking in the stun just in time to actually make sure he doesn't make it in the base. Buyback by the Tiny. There's the root placed down onto the Zeus. He denies himself, though. He refuses to go out that way. And now, they will look to move out the base. They need to be quick here because Void does have Chrono at the ready. He wants to get his hands onto the Earth Spirit. The Spirit. But won't get a chance as Brewmaster does blink out. I always call them Earth Spirits. I mean, they are Spirit type, right? The Earth Brew. Earth Brew would be correct. But Rock force everything out of Eclipse. Eclipse have one buyback left on an Elder Titan, right? They're now 21k net worth behind after losing one lane. This is getting scary. Really scary for Eclipse. They have no solution as Chaos Knight right now. He hits way too hard. In fact, now he's got his hands on an Orchid. This is just getting worse. I mean, he's going to finish up on Bloodthorn soon. Or actually, you can buy one if you want to right now. We'll give a cheese over to Hitagi. Charity cases here. And Zeus actually gave up on his Bloodstone. Yeah, he actually sold the Bloodstone. So, feeling that it's no longer relevant considering how many charges he lost with it, has instead chosen to have the Octarine Core. Already had the Refresher. He puts out a lot of damage, and, well, when it's next to Roche, they'll pretty easily finish this off. I think that's going to be the crucial moment. That's do or die for Eclipse. If they don't interrupt the Roshan when Rock go for it, they're going to be in a lot of trouble here. But Ghost, he actually has a Scythe of Ice now. We were saying that he would be going for this pretty quickly, as he wants to be involved in the fights, killing. And actually go for the Dagon as well, which will spike up his damage considerably, of course, because he can just keep rearming the Dagon. Smoke up by Rock. They're on the move, looking for something. Problem is Eclipse hanging in their base, but Sep walking out a little bit far. They ping it out, but they can't quite reach him. And well, now it's just a game of push with Tinker and wait for mistakes for Eclipse. They know they're far behind. They get a decent amount of gold back from that loss, though. The problem is, you aren't pushing out effectively enough. Tinker can only do so much. You can force one hero away at a time, but at that stage you're buying time. But how much time does your Void need to be able to win this? That's the real issue that's not being answered. And speaking of said Void, I'm wondering what item he's actually going to go for next. He needs something big. He needs something that really delivers. I'm not sure what you can actually get here that's going to help enough. Maybe Assault Cuirass isn't too bad. I said about the MKB before, the attack speed pretty nice. Because I think that's the big issue here. It's not that they, need to be more tanky. They need to do more damage, because Gintoki hits so damn hard that the crit chances can win the fights currently. There's a jump in. Chrono onto 2 by Mini. Actually hits up on the Chaos Knight and onto Tusk. Trying to get rid of Tusk before he can snowball. Nice use of the split up. Quickly killing off 2. And now the Bruce Split comes in. Zeus looking for the turnaround. They want to take this fight. Shadow down to half HP. Looks like Sep getting pretty low. We force Zeus BKB. Tiny controlled up by the Yules. Trying to find the kill. Meteor's going to die off here. They're going to work. They're going to town. Eclipse. They want these Bruce Spirits as well. Can they actually get them? They'll get the fire one. They'll be able to take out the earth one. Nope, Brute. He goes back to normal. BKB's up, looking to move away here, trying to get his hands on high, but can't. Turns around for Sep, but no, the bash! It interrupts him completely from the clap, and they kill him off as well. 4 dead on the side of Rock, and the only one escaping is Hitagi, because he got the hell out of dodge as soon as he got his hands on the gem. Eclipse with a big clutch fight there. Just turn it on its heel. Fantastic Chronosphere from Mini. Catching those two. Taking full advantage of the AoE increase at level 25. And look at that gold shift, ladies and gentlemen. 7,500. Almost 7,500 going the way of Eclipse. And they pretty much cut the deficit they were facing after losing that lane in half. They'll force the buyback on a Brew, and they'll go for more. They don't want to just stop at this buyback. They want to get the Chaos Knights, and they might be able to. Brew does do the split. They'll force Mini away. They do half the damage to the tier 3, though. And, well, Mini, he wants to go and work all these spirits, but they're so damn tanky. Especially with his mischance. Oh. Controlling up nicely. No one's buying back for this, though. He's just buying time. He's just doing the Brew thing. The Brew thing. It's a thing, guys, I swear. But Elder Titan, oh, he's almost level 25. And then with Split with the Earth Splitter cooldown, he'll be able to do so much of these fights. Putting down 25 seconds means every time you see the Chaos Knight, bam, every time. And that was the key factor that we saw, right? They finally started being able to land on the Chaos Knight. If they get the Earth Splitter on him in the Chrono, he's dead every time. Doesn't matter if he's popped his illusions or not, he won't live. And now Rock. Wonder if they're going to smoke up and look for something here. But you could wait for the Roshan. It's going to be maybe about another 2 minutes or so. But looks like we were right about Void. He's headed for the MKB next. I say not the worst choice here. Attack speed. If you can get the bashes, and we just saw it's so brilliant. You get a few praises from RNGs. You did pretty well. I just love what Brew's doing here, though. He knows he's not really got much of a cooldown on his ult, so he's just using the illusion to annoy the crap out of the heroes on the side of Eclipse. But Rock, the lead is down to 6k now. After going up to about, was it 14, 21? I think it's 21k at one point. Eclipse, man, they're coming in hard. And they are smoked up right now. Can they find anything, though? Wyvern is hanging near this mid lane. Actually, well, it looks like Mini and Hyde are looking through Eclipse, through Rock's jungle, rather. Maybe they can cut off Rock as they fall back here. They know where Rock is relatively. They're already circling it out on the side of Eclipse. They can pretty much saying, yep, up here, up here. But, scan, it does see the Elder Titan. And as a result, they might find the Void there. Good old Invis Storm. Storm Brew, right? We'll force Mini to go in this. So, this is the problem they have, right? Eclipse, we were saying they need to find that kill into Brew because they can kill Brew and they have no issue pushing this high ground. The problem is Brew gives so much control, especially with the Storm Brew. Just putting the Void in the air for a few seconds gives you the time you need to clear out his team. But Aegis is going to be available again soon. It's got about just over 2 minutes left until Roshan is up. And you know that Rock need this badly. They have to get their hands on it because the gold is just slid right back against them. If you look at the net worth chart, you can see the huge dips that are coming. Oh, there's a jump in straight away, though. And they actually will find a kill in the Void. And that's the big one. Instant buyback by him, though. Shadow looks like he might get caught out next. Winner's Curse, but they don't want to fight this. They force the buyback on Void, and they'll be happy with that and back up. They haven't used the Phantasm yet, so they can look for a secondary opportunity, but you don't overcommit for this. Because Mini does still have the Chronosphere. But the problem is he has no shrine, so even though that buyback, he couldn't get back quick enough. They might have been able to actually find additional kills, but instead they choose to be defensive about it. They know they just need to defend around the Roche Pit and then secure that. That's the big deal right now. And with that buyback on Mini, now he can't actually be overly aggressive. And if he is, it better be an all-in approach or you're in a lot of trouble. And well, 3 are smoked up on the side of Eclipse. Smoked and on the prowl. And they must know that Rock are still hanging around this Roche Pit. They're sneaking right around the back right now, though. Oh, there's a split coming out from Brew. But Itagi, he'll blink out just in time. And now they might look towards Jintoki. Jintoki actually catching Tiny. Shadow takes so much damage. Mini, he misanticipates. He thinks there's a roast going on, but there isn't. He saw everyone outside the pit, and he made a big mistake. And meanwhile, his team may actually pay the price. Tinker trying to move away quickly and do a lot of damage, but there's the use of the lens coming out. Gets caught out by the Zeus now. He's going to die off. And meanwhile, in the main fight, Polaris going to work against Sep. Sep gets the split Earth off, but it doesn't do enough. It doesn't catch Jintoki. He's going to die as well. Killing spree. Triple kill for Jintoki. And there's the use of the Chrono going out. He catches both the Tusk and the Zeus, but can he actually kill them off? The Cold Embrace doing so much. BKB runs out for Mini. Mini in a lot of trouble. Winner's cursed up. There's just a matter of time now. They're just waiting, and there's the stun at the end. He'll melt straight away. Killing spree for Meteor. And now you're dead. 120 seconds. Void. With him dead, I don't think they can hold the Tinker down as well. This is all on Tiny. This is all on Tiny and Earth Spirit. Outright rather. And actually, GG gets called. Eclipse decide they're going to have to take it to the next game and allow Rock to get game 1. So, game 1, they Rock take it. And we were saying that really it came down to the fact that throughout that mid-game, they had no solution to the Chaos Knight. They couldn't hit the mark. They hit the mark one big time. And then they found snowball kills for a while in the last 10 minutes, where they got the Earth Split combo onto the Chaos Knight and he melted. He melted, like, instantly. But they were struggling throughout to actually find him for that. They always had to settle for the Brewmaster, and eventually Brew got so tanky, they couldn't kill him off of that combo. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is game one decided, and as we said, Rock, they do take game one. Can Eclipse upset them in game two, though? We'll find out in just a few minutes, and apologies for that start at the end. I need to quickly refresh myself with some cool soothing water, and then we'll be back after a message from these sponsors. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, others and cyborg mats, welcome back to the Prodota Cup Series lower bracket finals. We have got Eclipse and Rock.Y ready to go into game 2, currently in the drafting phase. Of course, Rock.Y did take game 1 quite convincing in the end as they started to pull away pretty strongly. Eclipse looked like it might hang in there with a pretty powerful play coming out with a combo with the Faceless Void, but in the end, Rock.Y just too much sustainability outside of the Chronospheres. And look at the ban straight away. Eclipse not willing to deal with that Tiny. They're going to ban that out instantly. They, have, of course, did have Tiny last time on Shadow. We'll be banning out the Bounty Hunter as they've been consistently doing throughout the tournament, and the Clockwork ban as well to make sure that the Shadow Fiend ban is pick rather is less likely to occur. But Rock, they keep it a little bit more simple. They're going to actually ban out the Enchantress, a threatening character to watch mini play, and also quite effective depending on who you want to actually run in your lane. And also you'll actually see the ban outs of Night Stalker and Omni. I think the real reason people tend to actually typically ban out the Enchantress is if you actually are suspicious it's going to be picked, you obviously don't want to have to necessarily waste your picks just to counter it out. So while things like Us can be strong, if you feel forced into picking it, your opponent can actually anticipate that and just lock you into a bad decision. But looking at this so far, Rock have opted for the Bane pick. Of course, a very powerful support at the moment. Can set up into easy arrows and other combos, so I wonder if they'll actually go for something like an Elder Titan or perhaps something like a Mirana here, just to maximize effect and really pressure Eclipse down. But Eclipse straight away responding with the Undying. They have been very comfortable with this hero throughout the tournament, Set regularly playing it, putting a lot of pressure on the lanes, especially the mid lane. And the next pick, instantly straight away, Beastmaster. Not going to hesitate, they're not going to leave it around to be banned. They do like picking this hero a lot. Mini tends to find a lot of farm on Beastmaster. We saw them actually trumping Faith's Beastmaster against eHome earlier today. But Mini does usually do a pretty damn good job of actually finding gold and finding levels, despite if he gets pushed out. Now, Rock, what will they likely respond with here? Maybe lock in the second part of their Bane combo, because typically when you do make a Bane pick, you have a combo in mind. Wondering where they want to actually go with this. Like I said, Mirana could be a really good one. Maybe, I don't know. I feel like the Elder Titan would be pretty sweet here. And it would be Rock's ability to give Eclipse a little taste of their own medicine. Currently, Eclipse already shown 2 strength heroes, so maybe not the worst choice to make. Oh, and a little bit of information, guys, just to let you guys know, just quickly pulling up the details. If Rock do win this and they take the series, then the finals will be played later today. We've got to confirm the final times. It will be best of 5, but it will happen today. If Eclipse wins, then the game will occur tomorrow. So, that information in mind, the impatience of you might vote for Rock to win. The more patience, Eclipse. Maybe you've had too much of cold pigeon for a day today. I think we're doing pretty well despite the fact we sound half dead. I'm not, right? Don't you just hate how there's no fabulous skins on these guys in the drafting phase? I do quite like what they have on the side of Eclipse already, though. Undying and Beastmaster got a lot of potential. Just aids. It's called aids. It's no name to give it, really. And Elder Titan. We were right. Rock do choose to go with the Elder Titan then. Of course, strong combo that they're going to have there. They're going to have the Nightmare, which Bane can attack through into the follow-up Sleep, which will get them in position for the kill. Now, keeping that in mind, Eclipse may want to continue down the route of more tanky cores here. Maybe something along the lines of Dragon Knight can be quite effective, although they don't typically play it as much. We actually haven't seen any Svens coming out, interestingly enough. Doesn't seem that Sven is actually that popular amongst the Chinese scene, but could be a decent choice. The only issue is, of course, you're going to be primed for the Fiend script. I feel like Ursa might be a really good choice here for Eclipse. Of course, you go for the Agnum's build, and essentially Fiend script becomes completely irrelevant against you. But there will be a ban out of Phantom Lancer by Eclipse, so definitely focus on the single target aspects of their lineup. So something like an Ursa could be very feasible here, I think, just off the basis of seeing that alone. And actually, no, Rock, they don't even try and anticipate that. They go straight for the Disruptor ban. Interesting choice. I mean, honestly, Undying and Disruptor, they do tag up pretty well. Of course, the control factor allowing Undying to get in for those heavy punches. Not to mention the Beastmaster just contributing to that too much, always. But Brewmaster going to be the additional ban for Eclipse. They didn't like dealing with this as it got later in the game, last game against Rock. You know, as the game went on, Polaris found some really, really good splits. And of course, when you get to that late game scenario, if you have to go late game, if Brew gets level 25 and farms as well as Polaris did last time, gets hands on Nocturne Core, it's practically full uptime for the Brew split. And that kind of annoyance can completely screw over your lineup, especially considering it looks like Eclipse are planning to go for a power central force, shall we say, something that's really going to allow them to plow forward, back up behind it and get the kills. You know, things like Templar Assassin, things like Ursa, as we were saying, anything that's just going to go full mount mode and really just spike your damage up exponentially. Well, looks like Eclipse going to eat in their reserve timers. They're maybe not too sure where they want to go this just yet. They did see the Shadow Shaman ban out by Rock, and I think maybe Eclipse had been intended to get that. Of course, Shadow Shaman syncs up pretty well when you're going in these tri-lane scenarios with an Undying and a Beastmaster. It gives you the disable just to run them down, get right on top of them. Of course, the attack speed really going to benefit both Undying and Shaman that tend to get quite high right-click throughout the battle. At the moment, well, Eclipse, will they lock in the next support? They will. They go straight for the Winter Wyvern. Now, I definitely feel like they are going to bring out something a bit more glass cannon-y. Either glass cannon or super strength mode, like actually going for a Chaos Knight, which could work quite well this game. Of course, with the Phantasm Illusions, Bane can't really deal with you just by Fiend's Gripping up one. Gyrocopter, the next pick for Rock. Gyrocopter's here. Now, I'm going to wonder if this is going to be, what like the build we're going to see here. We'll rush out next. Might rush out next, actually. Obviously not first, but typically you get 1-2 items and you can go Aghanims, which can be quite effective this game, because if Eclipse go for more disables, it will allow Gyro to consistently throw out more damage even when it's stunned. Kind of an underestimated item, but typically in a lot of games, Ags is rushed too soon. I think when you approach about the 30-minute mark, that's when you should be targeting when you've got enough damage to justify, because essentially it is a big increase to your damage. But a lot of Gyros actually choose to not even go for it at all. They skip right past it, go for the Butterfly Rush, and are fine for the most of it. Eclipse go for the Death Prophet pick, though. I've got to give it to Eclipse. It's a decent pick. And there's calls in the chat that there might be a Lycaning coming from Eclipse, and it is feasible. I'm not gonna lie. When you look at this lineup, they do have room for a Lycan pretty easily in there. And of course, if you consider the Howl going off, sure, you're fine, right? You can actually save people with that because the health gain. I think your big issue here that's going to stop the Lycan pick from occurring, though, is the existence of the Bane. Bane being picked pretty much nullifies Lycan's existence, because there'll be a Nightmare and there'll be a Fiend's Grip. The whole thing you rely on with Lycan is that you can't be controlled, and the only way you're going to be controlled when you're in wolf form is going to be through full-on disable stuns. But Rock, they opt for the Tinker. Not bad choice going up against Death Prophet here. Of course, you're going to have some support in this laning phase. Elder Titan should be able to harass out DP reasonably well, though. And I'm wondering final picks now. So, looks like we haven't seen the offlaner coming out for Rock just yet. Maybe they're surprise us for something a little bit special. Obviously, keeping this till last because they want to actually they want to see if Eclipse would reveal their full hand, and well, they may have actually done so. I mean, they're definitely aiming for a heavy hit they can actually back up behind on the side of Eclipse. You can see that very clearly from what they've got. And also, I think the other issue with going for a Lycan is it gives you some flexibility in who's going to actually pick up a Necronomicon. But in the end, in the long run, you don't really want that. You don't really need that. Getting the extra creeps is nice, but you're up against a Gyrocopter. Necronomicon is just not going to cut it. Especially with the Tinker as well. What you actually need is someone that can just push hard and be present. I actually don't mind a Nature's Prophet pick here. It's going to struggle a bit with the Bane issue, but other than that, you've got decent protection on it with the Wyvern. And of course the Undying heals. And it can be globally active, looking for the Tinker the whole time. So I wonder if they'll think about that. Like, genuinely, they're going for the Batrider ban out because they know there's going to be something off lane. And actually, it's going to be the Faceless Void. So Rock choosing to use Mini's own medicine against him. And Eclipse, they go heavy or go home. They pick up the Spectre. Alrighty, so definitely Eclipse once again aiming for this late game scenario. But they're going to need some traction in the mid or they're going to fall off hard. Because when you look at the side of Rock, when you've got Gyrocopter, he's got early kill potential, especially with the Elder Titan and Bane, because it's a fantastic combo in lane, by the way. And on top of that, the Tinker's going to keep all your lanes pressured. It's going to be hard to push in with the Death Prophet Exorcism. And then if you do get to the late game anyway, yes, you got a Spectre, but they've got a Faceless Void. So this... I mean, obviously, this is not Heroes of the Storm. Games aren't won in the drafting phase, but I definitely feel like Rock have the stronger kill potential right now, right? Undying, Beastmaster, Wyvern, that's more harass, right? That's more I can push you out of lane. But with the Bane Brain Sap into a sleep and the Rocket Barrage, we're talking about actual kills. And that is the concerning factor. Rock has the more kill potential, whereas I'd say Eclipse have more bully sustain, right? So, we are now getting underway, ladies and gentlemen. This is game 2, the best of 3 of the lower bracket finals between Eclipse and Rock Young. And of course, we will see Mini rocking that infamous Beastmaster, looking badass as usual. Sep on his so well-known Undying. Ghost going to be taking up, ironically, the mid lane as the Ghost Lady herself, Death Prophet. You will see Spectre farming on that bot lane. He better farm fast and farm hard because he's going to need to. Shadow, backed up by Hyde SB. And they will be up against Polaris in that off lane. Void should do reasonably well against this, of course. Wyvern, unless you're using Arctic Burn, you can't harass out too easily. You're going to see Tinker. That's going to be manned by Meteor in the mid lane. YP going to be roaming to support. And, of course, got a nice mean combo to just sync up with Tagi on the Bane. And finally, rounding it out for the side of Rock, you've got Jintoki on the Gyrocopter. The big rocket barrage and the goddamn gyro. Anyway, straight away, we will actually see Void just trying to hang around the backside here. We'll get a little bit harassed out and hide. And of course, with that stout shield, shouldn't take much damage. But needs to be careful here. They could try and throw a dagger out to force the time walk back. And, well, yeah, he'll have to time walk away because Sep shows up also. Now they'll invade for the bot rune as well. Meteor might be able to just stay and take it, though. Yep, gets his hands on it. So, interesting enough, they didn't invade in the top lane seeing all that, though, which actually shocks me, because I think they could have maybe got a kill. It's a bit close to that tower, but at the same time, they might be able to kill Mini for what he's about to try and do here. They've got the Nightmare. Oh, they've actually gone for the Rocket. They've gone for the Home Missile, rather, over the Rocket Barrage. They could do a lot of damage nonetheless. Satagi has level for Brain Sap level 1 as well, so they'll get a decent amount of harass out here. Shouldn't be able to kill off Mini, though. And actually, the Creep Wave, he still manages to get it. And I'm not quite sure how that latched on, because it shouldn't have. Oh wait, no, the axes. Yeah, he caught them the axes. Mini, big play there. Nicely done. So, looks like Gintoki will just have to take the creep wave behind his tower. Mini will be forced to do it under his tower, but does get it nonetheless. And Tagi, he gets a lot of harassment out on Mini nonetheless. Will force him to use a lot of his tangos, or possibly in the south. But well played by Beast. So salve up straight away. Looking at these lanes so far, and don't worry, the overlay is going right now. Looking at the lane up so far though, Void, like I said, should do okay against Spectre. Does have the advantage on the right click, but of course Spectre, once he starts leveling Desolate, if you have to move away, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. The interesting part is going to be in this mid lane. Once Elder's Tide hits 2, his kill potential should spike hugely with the sleep from the Astral Spirit. And we're seeing it again, exactly as we usually do. Sep, just in that mid lane, just gonna look to actually harass Meteor out by making sure he doesn't have much health to work with the decays. And if Meteor ever chooses to walk forward, he's gonna take a very hard hit and punch to the face. There you go, that just allows Ghost to now do that. You see, just throw out the Crypt Swarms. They actually get really effective use out of it just at level 1, because right now Tingo was, well, he's at 440 at that time on health. But Polaris, I want to be careful because he might be walking into a little bit of a trap here without realizing there's a jump in. He's got the time walk. He's going to have to use it to move away really quickly, though. They're already anticipating the movement. They can't get on it because they didn't have the Arctic Burn available. Huh, must have thrown it out originally for trying to harass him. It's going to be tough to see a kill at level 1 now, especially considering that Bane decided to go not for the Nightmare, and also Gyrocopter joining on that, didn't choose to go for Rocket Barrage. Has done so now, has 2 points in there. And it looks like Beastmaster already know this, no, not to show in lane. Actually, well, Elder Titan's going to be annoying for him. Trying to interrupt. We'll steal a lot of movement speed from these creeps. Oh no, he finds the Courier. Oh, nice snipe out by YP, perfectly timed, and Ghost won't be able to get across in time to actually do anything about it. So Ghost, he does get his salve out, but already dead now for 2 minutes. And top play to YP, like, top props to YP there to spot that out, and also just get his place to actually force Beastmaster away from his farming, and then also get the movement speed to chase down the Courier. But Polaris, looks like they're putting a lot of effort into making sure that Polaris can't get much out of this lane. As we noticed last game, Polaris is definitely one of those off-laners that tends to farm very heavily and managed to get a lot out of his lane. Definitely one of the strong points of Rock's lineup that Eclipse don't want to come online, especially this game where he's a Void. I'm surprised Mini's even coming to lane now. Now that you've actually got the Nightmare online on Bane, you could be in a lot of trouble if you're not careful. Yeah, Mini's going to hide in the tree line. Needs to be careful here, because if he gets caught out by a Nightmare, they could close. He's going to go try and pull the creeps. Has got the boot, so he moves particularly fast right now. Meanwhile, the bot lane, oh, face that's Void. They catch him out. He tries to TP out, but doesn't make it in time. The jump on real quick, and now there might be a bit of vengeance coming to the top, because Mini getting pretty low right now. It's going to be interesting to see if Gyro wants to get involved in this. Actually, choosing to farm up and focus, but I feel like he could have got on that in time. Intagi would have been able to reach with the Nightmare, but in the end, Mini fails to take the creeps through. Actually helps them pull the wave, if anything. Actually, look at this now. They're going to stick YP bot to try and actually keep Void alive. And nice stun coming out from YP there. Give him a little love tap. That's not going to be an effective trade because you just woke them up. It'll be interesting to see if they can make a move on mid soon, because you have got Meteor up to level 4. Hasn't actually chosen what he wants to level yet. Just put 2 points to the laser. And oh, Ghost going on to right now. There's the March Machines, 2 levels coming in. There's the Sleep as well. Undying arriving also, but they're going to have to move back on the side of Eclipse, because that March of the Machines does hurt. And I like that from Meteor, right? He completely waited to see what his best option was. And obviously March of the Machines the better choice from a defensive aspect. If the enemy wants to go on you, you're going to benefit a lot more than that, from that than you are from the heat-seeking missiles. But despite this kill on the Void in the bot lane, I thought he'd actually still be doing reasonably well on farm. But right now, 12-3 versus 28-12 of Spectre. But now that the Spectre alone for a little bit, you just see Polaris get instantly active on the harassment. And this is going to be an issue for Shadows. Every time they leave him, he's going to suffer. They're going to have to leave someone here to guard him constantly. Oh, might actually just do that. I mean, they're trying to interrupt Polaris right now with the pulls. And they're successfully doing so still. The thing is, Gyro, while you put all this effort in, Gyro's pretty much free farming top, and of course, Tinker getting reasonable farm, not as much as the DP, but not very far behind either. And of course, when he gets to mid game, he'll be able to get a lot more gold out of the map than DP can hope to in the same time. Oh, Nightmare going out when the Beastmaster, the pings come out, they want to go for the sleep. There it is, coming in, and bam, catch him right on the edge, but he almost gets out of it. Now they're moving forward with the Rocket Barrage, in with the use of the home missile, which switches over to Hyde. They won't dive a tier 2. They'll be a bit upset they couldn't quite get their hands on him as well, but nice pick off, very quick, and that's the combo we've been waiting for Rock to start initiating with, is the Nightmare into the Stomp, and followed up with a Gyrocopter Rocket Barrage, and they're starting to do it now. Jintoki going pretty deep, does bring the cooldown in, needs to be careful, taking a lot of damage from Hyde SB. Now, Old Titan going to try and chase through with the Spirit, needs to be careful with Mini here. He could get stomped quite easily, and well, no, Stomp a little bit off the mark there, buddy. But Jintoki, I mean, you can tell he feels comfortable already. He's got the phase boots. He's got a killer coming out anytime soon. He can keep up the aggression. And there's a Rocket Barrage going in. Mini getting pretty low. Nice spawn of the creep to keep him alive. Oh, the Rocket going out. Mini should die from this, actually. The Rocket's going in. Oh, nice use of the Cold Embrace, though. Good save coming out from Hyde there. Oh, no. IP, though. He tries while he tries to get out as Ghost does rotate. A nice little pick off there. Mini party back to lane straight away. Of course, he has the Tranquil, so he doesn't actually have to worry about hanging around now. And Polaris, he does get saddled all the creeps, but brings a few extra zombies along with him. He needs to be careful against Seth. Of course, Seth already stealing 8 strength from him. You start to really feel this. Actually, oh, Void, I think since we last checked on him, he's maybe had 2-3 last hits maximum. And Spectre, 47-22, farming up nice and clean. The thing is, they barely actually come down to this lane on the side of Rock. She doesn't just let Sleeping Dogs lie, really. And I can understand why. Getting the Beastmaster and the Death Prophet shut down is more important because, of course, in the mid-game, they can be more threatening than Spectre. At the same time, though, if you let Spectre get about 20-minute radiance, you're going to have all kinds of havoc happening in these teamfights. I guess to an extent, that's not too concerned for them, though, because I think the biggest concern is if they can catch out the Tinker using the Spectre. Thing is, Spectre's not going to have access to any stuns, so Tinker should be fine to escape each time they do the Horn. Actually, I like how Spectre has chosen to max out Spectral Dagger. It does increase the mana cost, but the damage to slow goes up considerably as well, which gives you more kill potential against Polaris than the Desolate, because Polaris can, of course, just time walk away. Oh, there's a jump forward onto Tinker in the mid lane. Oh, they're going in with the Spectre as well. Tinker try and TP out, but can't make it. Such a quick kill, just in an instant. They stare at him, they stare him down, they aim, and they fire. And now, well, Spectre can just immediately TP back to bottom lane, and that's a fantastic pick-off, because that's the one they need to shut down. Gyro's going to be scary if he gets too much gold, sure, but Tinker's going to be one controlling the mid-game tempo, and that's not what you want to see. You want to actually have your Death Prophet doing exactly that. But actually, I think this is the first time Polaris has been able to enjoy a sweet bit of creep since lane began. As Spectre has just chosen to go to the jungle for the time being. And actually, this is a Mask of Madness Spectre. What is this madness? It's Mask of Madness. Not exactly your most typical build, and Sep. Polaris really wants to get one bash. If you get a bash, you get maybe 2 more hits in, and possibly another bash, and then possibly another bash, and another bash, and before you know it, everyone's dead. But yeah, Sep, of course, doesn't have much mana left now. Needs to be careful because he could easily be jumped on by Polaris. The only thing is, Polaris doesn't have treads yet. Oh, the sleep coming in. They actually catch Sep, and Jintoki goes in with the rocket barrage. Can actually get a bash. Nice cold embrace usage, but there's the cooldown brought in. And Polaris is waiting, thinks about the chrono, decides he doesn't actually need it. They will kill off Sep and hiding very deep in the trees, ironically enough. But they'll look through for him. They'll move up the spirit and, oh, hello, what are these bunch of trees gone for? They jump in. The sleep actually misses, but doesn't matter. Hyde is trapped here with Polaris, and that's the last person he wants to be in there with. Polaris getting a double kill. Well, the sneak attack worked. Sneak retreat worked for a minute there, but it was only a matter of time before Elden Titan did put spot him out. And now Polaris, well, crappy start to his lane, but 2 quick kills, and now he's gonna get some pressure on the tower as well. So not too bad. I like how this is now their lane. They're gonna be the ones pulling the creeps. Actually, with Jintoki, oh, Chrono goes straight out onto Sep. Can they kill him off quick enough? They will be able to because he doesn't have access to the decay. Nice, quick, just slap around the face and he's gone. And now, suddenly, off the awkward death in lane and the lack of fun, Polaris on a killing spree. And we've said it's critical that they get the gold on this hero. And Gyro just has the damage at this stage of the game to actually fill up that gap that Void is actually created, right? And actually, suddenly, got almost 1,300 gold on Polaris. We'll be able to get his treads. And then straight to the Mask of Madness as usual. Meanwhile, though, in the mid lane, Eclipse getting their push on. They've used the Exorcism. So level 1, though, so it's not that quick. And they're picking it out. They want to stop this Bane moving forward right now. We'll go for the Fiend's Grip probably. There's the Nightmare going out. Did actually get hit up by the Siphon, but there's the Fiend's Grip straight on the TP. Lot of damage being done. Cooldown. No! Nice use of the Roar by Mini on the back foot, but it looks like they will still lose Ghost. He's bringing the Spirits in to stay alive. No, Cold Embrace going to keep him alive. They're actually going to lose 3, 4 on the side of Rock. And now Polaris, can he get out? He's got the time warp, but he doesn't use it in time. It's a team wipe. Eclipse with a big plays there as they get every member of the side of Rock. What looked like a brilliant form of initiation for them was completely hampered by the fact Ghost had already begun the Spirit Siphon onto the Bane. And then, of course, Bane got ambushed from behind by Mini, which led to the whole sequence of events where they just couldn't do anything. They jumped in already. They'd already got right on top of DP, but they lost complete control of, well, their control. And because that is an early fight, it won't be a huge landslide of goal, but still looking at that, Rock was starting to build a lead. And look at how hard that dipped. Rock looking a bit shaky in the fights now. And Eclipse kind of hitting the mark. This Mask of Madness Spectre is definitely an interesting choice. We'll be going for the Radiance next. And Undying is on a journey. Sep, what are you up to right now? Whatever it is, Hitagi wants you, and there's going to be a point at which he's going to get close enough, and oh, there's your ult. You're going to try and run away, but the heat-seeking missiles, Sep's pretty much dead. Nope. He gets in the tree line, but they're going to find him with the Elder Titan. There's no escape for you, buddy. That's a dead end right there. Space created, I guess. I do not know what the hell that was all about. I guess Sep just really wanted to relive his experiences on the dire side of the map. Actually, looks like Elder Titan's heading towards the 4-star next. Really damn useful, especially against the Death Prophet. And, what would Gyro actually be picking up now? Actually going for the Shadowblade this game. So, interesting choice. You don't actually see Shadowblade picked up that often on Gyrocopters. But, you know what? If you're going to dress dopey, you might as well build questionably dopey, right? I mean, he has got the fabulously clowny and, I don't know what to call it. Hat. Let's call it beautiful. It's beautiful. A fabulous moustache. Oh, Raw goes in though. They find Bane. He's using the brain stat to move away, and in comes the Exorcism straight away. They're trying to get their hands on the target. There's a Chrono on it too. Beastmaster and the Winter Wyvern caught out. They don't have Earth Split yet. They will have enough damage. No, the Cold Brain's keeping Beastmaster alive, and now they need to move forward on the Death Prophet, killing off so quickly. The Fiend's Grip works this time, and Mini almost claiming 2 kills there with the axes. They're going to chase onto him though. Mini going to die off the Jintoki on the Gyrocopter. Triple kill for him, and Earth Split has been leveled now. Sep, he can't sidestep in time. He's going to die as well. Polaris is going to eat on his face. Can he actually finish this off? He's got the time walk in 2 seconds. He's turn around to decay on Sep. Will do it, but not in time because he actually misses out on hitting Polaris up and gets hit in the back. 4 kills for Rock there, as the only one to survive is the only one who never bothered to show up, which of course is the Spectre, who had the Horn on cooldown. So big plays coming out of Rock there. And that's a completely different fight if Spectre actually has the ult, by the way. Because if you think about how low they got, the Bane almost dead. The Gyrocopter was getting seriously low. If you got the Spectre at that point, you kill those two, you've still got the Beastmaster, and you've still got the Undying. You turn around, and suddenly it's a completely different fight. But well played by Rock. Perfect timing to actually take that fight. And Polaris, well, he's got his Mask of Madness now. He'll be happy about that, or almost has it, rather. And after that, yeah, he's going to go for the Lincolns. No surprise here. Of course, really concerned about the Beastmaster ultimate. The thing is, you've got more concerns than that, because of course the silence is an AoE from Death Prophet. So BKB is really your big primary focus. Of course, BKB doesn't help out against Primal Roar. So I think he needs both items here. But at the same time, that's awkwardly defensive. Really awkwardly defensive. Which means you're going to actually be putting a lot of pressure on Gyrocopter to deliver damage, I think. And Gyro himself going to go for Lincolns. They definitely feel this is an all-out Lincolns game. And I can see it to an extent. Also, you can use it on the Bane to make sure he can't be interrupted when he's doing the Fiend's Grip, which is totally worth doing, actually. It's exactly what the problem was when they initiated in the mid-fight and lost, because Mini got that stun off. He completely turned it for his team. Well, looking at the net worth, Spectre's managed to claim top spot and is holding on to it. Gyro nibbling at her ankles. And then, of course, nibbling at his is the Death Prophet. But now, smoke up. I think they just... Did they just double smoke? Oh, dear. Eclipse, a slight miscommunication there, as 2 smokes get blown for the price of 1. They're moving down right now. They might actually find Gyrocopter, but the problem is Faceless Void is nearby with the Chronos. They need to be very quick if they want to find Jintoki here. He has the Shadow Blade, so he might be able to buy 2 seconds, which should be enough. And, well, there's a smoke. They see a Shadow Blade up, move away straight away. Spectre ult down. Can they actually chase onto him quick enough? They might move back towards Void, but he's already gone. They get the bot tower as well. Completely wasted smoke by Eclipse. Sorry, completely wasted smokes by Eclipse. And all the while you're doing that, you've just got this Tinker farm on top. And after a close brush with death, Jintoki will actually go and farm his jungle for a change. Probably a good idea. But they've still got that ward deep in Eclipse's territory. Able to see everything going on in the jungle. And thanks to Beastmaster, able to see even more now. But I wonder, is Tinker going to actually go... Yeah, he's going to blink. Isn't interested in the car yet. Knows he needs to blink to get away. But the problem is Spectre almost has the Radiance now, which is going to really hamper your ability to do that. In fact, should have it by about 19 minutes, if that. The Beast himself, well, he's gone for the Necronomicon, already got the level 1. Can actually already afford the level 2, almost level 3, in fact. And oh, Chrono in the mid lane, they find Wyvern. Can they actually kill it off quick enough? Yes, they can. She's dead. Now they'll look towards that tier 1 mid. That's the entrance skill they want, because of course the Winter's Curse, a really threatening factor in this game for them, because Void does so much damage. He could easily kill off one of his own teammates, or rather put them down to about half HP, which allows the side of Eclipse to quickly finish them off. And now the bot lane, they're going in. Nice use of the Fiend's Grip into the split up, and they'll kill off the Beastmaster in the blink of an eye there. Mini not able to stay alive at all. And Rock, wow, they're starting to come out. They're starting to come out hard and fast. If they keep this pressure up, Eclipse is going to struggle to keep farming away with Spectre, who does now have the Radiance more or less. But honestly, if you can't continue to farm, you're not ready to fight. You need enough behind you to fight, and Death Prophet can't hold that long because, of course, DPs are quite squishy themselves anyway. Oh, it's Hagi in a little bit of trouble though. Bane does use the Nightmare to try and move away here, but Set gonna do a lot of damage. Nice sleep though. Does catch Winter Wyvern. They should just be able to move away on the back of that, and will choose to do so. Polaris was ready to go though. Doesn't have Chrono available, so needs to be careful because Mini, well, he is smelling an opportunity. An opportunity he will have to miss out on. Well, DP in the top lane has got the level 2 exorcism now, so if she gets close to that tower, she's going to push it hard. Or maybe at least try. I don't think you can when Polaris is around because, of course, the Chrono. Unless you see him blow the Chrono somewhere, there's no way you go and horn for a tower. Because your exorcism will not work out at all. So, level 2 Necronomicon for Beastmaster. I don't know what else he bought. He was basically at enough gold for the level 3 Necronomicon, I believe. Smoke up by Eclipse. This time they actually remembered to only use one smoke. So, you know, improvements upon the last ones. They're going to move forward towards the Roche Pit. And of course, with that Beastmaster and the Necronomicon, they can easily just wreck through this quickly. Exorcism gets pinged out. But no, Elder Titan. Oh, he's going to go for the sleep. He actually catches all three of them. Tinker going to do a lot of damage to them because, of course, the Astral Spirit giving them full vision. Sep almost dying there. They have to move away from this Roche. They can't stay and finish it. And that's really low now. Rock can go in and finish this if they want to because, of course, the side of Eclipse are getting very low on HP. Polaris, he goes around the backside. Maybe wants to jump into this because they have to be quick. I'll just sleep on the Roche because they're still actually killing it outside. BKB used by Ghost. He will be able to pick up the X in the end, but on the back foot, you lose the Winter Wyvern. And now you're a little bit in trouble. Spectre actually choosing to go in Polaris, but Polaris not wanting to fight because that's a Radiant Spectre. But look at Tinker doing so much damage. They actually do kill off the Beastmaster and the Undying. Ghost staying alive for time being. Hatagi, he's going to Nightmare him up. And in comes to Polaris. You're in a lot of trouble. You might have an Aegis, but you can't survive against this many heroes. They're going to get Ghost once. He's coming back up in 4 seconds. Spectre already running far away because he has no health. No way out of this. They got the sleep. Instantly just smashing through his face. And what a fantastic fight again from Rock as they kill 4 at the Roche Pit. They don't stop the Roche, but they do immediately punish it by getting rid of the Aegis. And now they'll take the tier 1 mid. And that should put them up to an 8k gold lead. And Rock just gaining traction very quickly, moving ahead of Eclipse. And this is becoming concerning at this point. I mean, they've almost got the Linkers online on the side of Rock as well, so things are going to get worse. And Shadow, cooldown from Gintoki, he's chasing deep for this. He can find the kill. They do get it. He might pay with his life there. As the final attacks to the tower come out, it will kill him, but he'll say worth for getting rid of the farm and Spectre. Now there's the call. There's the use of the Raw onto Elder Titan. Looks like he's going to die here. No escape from that. They're going to maybe chase on to more if they can find it. Tinker running down, has no mana, needs to get the hell out of dodge real quick, but can't rearm. And no, they're going to see him. He doesn't have blink for another 4 seconds. He's stuck there. He's going to die off. So they do take a great fight, but now looks like they're going to lose heroes on the back of the previous fight they took. They're trying to get the blink away, but nice snipe out with the wild axes by the Beastmaster there. Mini claiming a nice hefty 428 gold for himself. And suddenly, instead of going up to an 8k net worth lead, they get down to a 6k. Did they at least finish the tower? I don't know if they... Yeah, Polaris went in. Ale pulled away, so Polaris walked in and actually finished the job, but they still lose a 2k lead. Or rather, 2k of their lead and break down to 6k. So they need to be careful, because Eclipse can still clearly take a fight. Yeah, Polaris also has to be very careful against the Spectre. Of course, with the Mask of Malice, it would actually lifesteal up, and of course the level 3 dispersion will be felt, returning a decent chunk of damage, and also giving you mischance as well. Burn on the Radiance means you can die very quickly in these scenarios. And interestingly enough, Polaris is going full damage this game. And this isn't much of a surprise. Typically, the reason you go for health is because you're building damage, right? Because he's going so utility-based with the Linkers into a BKB, he has to actually get the time lock damage just to justify everything. And Eclipse, they're moving towards the bot lane right now. Gyrocopter's hanging around this tower, but they have to know something's up. They have got the Exorcism at the ready. Maybe looking to take a tier 1 and 2, but Tinker already there to start pushing that out. Actually, with the Elder Titan Spirit, I don't think you can even use Exorcism here. Oh, they jump in though. Straight on Jaffe. They'll find the kill. No, double force stuff away. Nightmare's up to save himself, but he'll instantly get killed off afterwards. The Spectre is now coming in. They try to use the cooldown to turn around, but they can't. They actually lose the Tinker in the tree line as well. big pickoffs from Eclipse again. Rock on the back foot here. Need to be very careful because they're going to lose the tier 1. They actually might lose the tier 2 now as well. They do have the Chrono and the Earth Split, but Void is not here just yet. In fact, he might want to no, he can't TP. 60 seconds. It looks like his team's going to have to probably give up the tier 2 as well if this side of Eclipse choose to push this, which they do have the ecosystem to do so. Of course, there is a big concern coming from Eltine if he actually does go for the Earth Split combo, but no, falls short of even hitting the creeps up, and well, Ghost will just be able to zone him out completely. They've got a home missile going in now, but you have to kill him very fast here. I don't know if he actually can. You can force him back, which will save the tower for the time being, but the cooldown going down and the sleep as well. They wake up Ghost, but he's taking shot down. There's a Fiend's Grip as well. But no, the Winner's Curse in return by Gyrocopter. There's the Earth Split, but already BKB'd up. Ghost will take no damage from that. And now jumps straight onto Bane, who's silenced up and Spirit Siphoned up. Ghost slowly getting his health back from the person who's trying to take it all away from him. Tinker, they use the Raw on him. They're going to go onto him next with Ghost, but look at the sleep coming out. Polaris ready to fight. He'll find that kill. Meanwhile, looks like they can actually turn on a Seth as well. Going to be 4 by the looks of it. Jintoki just farming up the totem while killing us Master. And Spectre, the only one to survive, barely actually going away because he was about to come into that fight. 4 for the price of 1, and Rock.Y happy with that trade. Out though, they do see where Spectre is. Can they get him while he farms? They do still have vision here. Moving through. But looks like Spectre won't be caught out that easily. Backs away completely. Tinker already pushed on the mid lane though. This is good. They want to take advantage of the fact 4 heroes are dead. They have got lanes pushed in. Problem is they're all in the wrong lane to push. Tinker's going to keep the pressure on these tier 2s, but not really do much damage to them. There's a problem here. Actually, looks like Void is going to be going for the Shadow Blade after the Lincolns. Pretty sound, logical decision. It just seems like a pinnacle item in Faceless Void's arsenal at the moment. Also gives you attack speed, which is one of the best things you can get on Void, and on top of that, it gives you initiation, really. As in, it allows you to actually snoop out the enemy team and initiate. It looks like the garden box, they don't want him pushing in. The problem is, now you can't even farm your own jungle. You've got Spectres trying to get scraps in between, but I mean, Spectre's starting to fall behind. Jintoki has a 2k net worth lead over Spectre now, and is going towards that Silver Age next. So really interested in shutting down that really, really annoying dispersion, which can make Spectre so much more tanky than he actually is. Remember that it actually mitigates 22% of the damage you would take and reflects it to your opponent. So that's damage you don't take. It's damage they'll take instead. I don't think there's any other use really. Maybe getting rid of the attack speed from Beastmaster, which can be annoying. Meanwhile, Ping's on top. Wow, Mini, they see him. Can they go on this though? Oh no, they're off the mark. They didn't actually go for it. Tuggy hesitated. 4 stuff wasn't enough to grab him. And that was a big mistake. That would have been a pretty easy kill for the 2 of them if they hadn't hesitated. I think they didn't know where anyone else was, so they were concerned that Mini wasn't alone. But as Polaris just discovered, they're all actually over there now. And Eclipse, they don't want to be apart. You can tell they're just hanging so close to each other. They're like that girl you went to high school with that had a crush on you, but you didn't have the heart to tell her you weren't interested. You kind of just let her follow you around all the time, latching to the side of you. That is this team right now. They refuse to leave each other's side. And each of them accepts it because they want to hurt each other's feelings, but more to the point, they want to have their faces ripped apart. Oh no, looks like both teams going to run into each other with the smokes. Nice sleeps around the mini, and there's the Fiend's Grip. Chrono coming out into both Death Prophet and Beastmaster, going to wipe him out first. Isn't enough damage? Oh, the Earth Split doing so much. They will finish off Mini, but Jintoki's going to dive to Shadow. Shadow being hit up by Polaris, though, taking a lot of damage, and Tinker shows up as well, doing a lot. Time Warp 4, they're actually going to find Wyvern, and it looks like Sep's next on the hit list. He's only one left. There's no way he's getting out of this. He knows his fate is sealed. He tries to run, though, because survival is all about fight or flight. Well, even if you know it's inevitable, you might as well try and run. So they trade the Gyrocopter and the Bane, but they get the entire Eclipse's lineup. And now they can push in on that mid tower, and maybe then on the way out might find themselves in it. No, long spawn for Roshan. Still got 3 minutes, but Jintoki will be happy with that. He's a big kill, of course, but in the end, gold swings your way by 2k because you did just completely obliterate the side of Eclipse. Now, this is what we're talking about. it's hard to actually fight into this lineup that Rock has, because especially these choke points, Chronos are so easy to land. And as you saw there, you hit 2 pivotal heroes, followed up with the giant, beautiful Earth Split. Done a decent amount of damage, actually. Not as much as it probably should have to the Beastmaster, but allowed them to kill him off quick enough. Gyro didn't have to overcommit, but speaking of Beastmaster, he finds Bane. Itagi has no escape from this. Bane accepted. I mean, Polaris was trying to go help, but with no chrono for 30 seconds, that's unlikely to occur. He did at least get the tier 2 mid, though. Now, well, Void can afford whatever he wants. He's got 3.8k. Do you go for the Shadow Blade, or do you save up for something else? Well, it's a good question. You could just go straight for BKB. No, look, yeah, I think he's going to go for the BKB. He got the Shadow Blade, but instantly sold it. So technically, he bought a Shadow Blade. In fairness, up to 4k. What does he plan to do? He'll actually go for the Shadow Blade. I mean, yeah, the Black King bar is good, but Shadow Blade more important here. It's not really magic damage that's killing you right now, because of course the spirits from the exorcism are of course physical, and the same thing the Spectre. You get pure damage put on you. You can't do anything about that anyway. Of course, it does help against the Radiance, but that's not the big concern that's killing you. In fact, you kill Spectre quite easily as Faceless Void right now, but oh, they stick a sentry down and see him. They'll move straight forward. Oh, they pop the Lincolns, but they can't get the Roar off in time. And there's the use of the Winter's Curse. They'll go straight for the Roar afterwards. But now he's got some backup here. Nightmare's going to save his time being Spectre actually going in. A lot of damage taken from Polaris, but instantly just wipes it all off. And Meteor covering his team so well. Fiend's Grip on the Spectre. This is going to be the big kill. And the cooldown just completely zoning out Eclipse. They have to let Spectre die. Nice Earth Split. Zones them out. Allows them to get the Wyvern. And next up, the Beastmaster dead so quickly. Now, Undying. Can they escape the chase onto him? Sepp could be in a lot of trouble because Gyro's on his way. Trousers unzipped. He wants a little taste of what Sepp's made of. And I don't know if I'd advise that, considering it's technically a zombie. They're not tasty. Looks like Sepp will actually manage to live. They imagine he's probably TP'd out right now, but 3 dead again. And the gold change, another 2,000. That means let's make it a 3,000 gold change, because that tier 2 top needs to be taken down. And this is, honestly, this is bad. They can't kill the Void. And if they can't kill the Void, when they commit this much, then they're going to lose. At this rate, anyway, because the Void, you need to play around the chrono. You need to force it and bait it out and then move around it. That's the problem. They can't do that easily, so they have to go directly to the Void. But as you saw there, with the coverage that Tinker had already set up, the real problem here is they maybe could have taken a fight at their tier 2, but instead they chose to take a fight at Rock's tier 2, where they had all the time to respond. They had the Tinker already TPing in and setting up a bunch of the machines. And then, of course, the Bane with a long-range use of the Fiend's Grip just completely secured the fight. And on the back of that, well, Rock, they say, let's go for a roast. Eggs and cheese is going to be available. Mini, he has got the Roar. But they're going to zone out. Meteor just moving forward that Shiva's guard to make sure he can't blink in and out. There's the Roar. Nice more stuff away. You can't even walk your creeps in because they take so much damage from March machines. And there's the movement forward by the Void. Doesn't have Chrono Belt for 15 seconds, so won't be able to do anything with it. But Shadow Bladed up, looking for someone. Well, Pink's come out. They know everyone's top. But I think they did get a glimpse of Wyvern. If they find him now, they might be able to do so. They know exactly where Polaris is, but Polaris is suspicious and thinking he knows where Hyde is. They won't be able to actually find Hyde. Hyde's in a really good position for Winter's Curse. We'll actually just move away with a blink, but now they see him. They're chasing onto him. Hyde, he's got no escape. He throws out the Winter's Curse on the Tinker. Void will do a decent amount of damage, but no, look at the Nightmare play by Hitagi, ensuring that he can't actually kill his own teammate. Nicely done from him. And Tinker will go straight back to pushing top. Looks like Jintoki's ready to rock on that bot lane tower. And honestly, with the Wyvern, and now the Spectre dead, they find Spectre! Oh, Tinker, big kills, and now YP chasing the SCP next, Sepp next. Can he actually get his hands on Tinker coming in on that mid tower? Oh, mid lane rather, Undying, he's dead. There's no escape for him. They've already used the exorcism now. They need to go in, but look at the Fiend's Grip coming out straight away. Goes through a lot of trouble. BKB's up, but can he actually stand his ground here? Siphoning up. Bane going to use up to save a little bit of time. He's going to die off and accept his fate, but now the BKB's ran out. Ghost using all the spirit siphons he's got, but taking so much damage from Meteor right now. Polaris, he finally gets to touch her up in the face. He's going to do it pretty hard. And she's dead. 75 seconds on the sideline. Beastmaster also dying in the middle. Sorry, down in the bot lane to Jintoki. And now, looks like Wyvern This is your final hope. Can you actually do anything? That in your base, you need to pull out something. But right now, you don't have a witness curse for 10 seconds. And even when you do, you're going to die off. Meteor farming you at your own fountain. And I don't think there's any way back now. Eclipse, by the time they're up, are going to have lost 2 lanes at least. Polaris hitting pretty hard onto these towers, especially with Gyro there as well. They'll get the bot rats. They'll head straight for the mid. You'll have Spectre up, and that's your last hope, but they're not really taking much damage. Spectre patiently waiting, but can you wait very long here? There's a buyback by Beastmaster. This is their last stand. They need to go, and they need to go now. If they lose any more on their base, it's going to be too late. Meteor, well, here's the pesky thing about Tinkers. They really love to zone you out with the Shivas and with the March Machines. That's 2 lanes lost. They're not done. They're going to keep going. Jintoki says, straight to top. We're not leaving. Okay, disciplined. I mean, they've got the Chrono available in 10 seconds as well as the Aegis. There's no reason to walk away from this. That's now or never. Eclipse, they're about to have DP come up, but you won't have exorcism for 50 seconds. You have to go now, or you're going to have to lose it all. Hit free in top lane is about to drop. Polaris taking a lot of damage here. They might actually manage to pop his Aegis, but that's going to be about it. There's a Spectre Hawk going in. Can he actually kill anyone off here? Looks like they will manage to tick out Polaris. Nope. He managed to get away just in time, but look at the use of the Roar and the Gyrocopter. Nice stop, keeping the life for time being. They'll turn around on a Void, but Void is coming back up, and he does have access to that Chronosphere. Now there's the buyback, instantly on Gyrocopter. Looks like nice save with the Tinker as he stays alive. And now the Chrono on the ball! They've got their big kills. They're going to kill off the Spectre. Undying follows suit. Beastmaster as well. GG caught by Eclipse. Rock, they take it with a complete team wipe and a triple kill on Tinker to finish. And what a game from Rock. Just completely snowballing out control in the end. The Void, after what seemed like a shaky start in that lane, just going for kills across the map, finding them time and time again. The perfectly classic combo of the Elder Titan and the Void just syncing up so nicely. And when we finally start to see Bane and Elder Titan rotate together for the Nightmare Sleep combo, they completely eviscerate their opponents. And Jintoki, props to the guy. Instead of doing what most gyros would do and staying in lane to farm for like 20-30 minutes, he kept rotating, he kept pushing. He knew he had the early aggression with the use of the rocket barrages and cooldowns to control his opponents. And in the end, Rock, well, they take it 2-0. And they take it convincingly there. Right, so that does mean that our grand final will be Rock Young versus IG Vitality. Now, of course, IG Vitality will have a 1-game advantage for being the winners of the upper bracket. But just give me a moment to see if I've got any confirmation on the time for that final, so that I don't have to confuse you guys later. Okay, guys. Give me a second. We're just going to quickly... I'm just waiting for a quick confirmation. He's now... I've got one of the admins now discussing with the team. So you just hang on a second with me. I'll put on some music, and when I've turned it off, you know I'll be back to tell you something. So stick with, because you won't want to miss out this final, because I can tell it's going to be good already. Rock.Y and IGV playing fantastic this tournament so far, so it should be good to see. Okay, well, looks like we are gonna actually have the final start in just half an hour, guys. So in that case, I will leave the stream running. I'm gonna quickly restart it so it separates the videos for the VOD layer, but the stream will be down for about 30 seconds. It'll be back up because yeah, in 30 minutes time, so about 12:30. Wait, sorry, not 12:30. Let me check. Yeah, 12:30 my time, or rather 1:30 in the afternoon CET. We will begin. So 30 minutes time, guys, and then we will begin the match between IG Vitality and Rock.Y. So just let me